Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing our 2026 vision boards.
It's our vision.
What are you looking forward to this 2026?
Graduating, Japan
For sure.
I think focusing more on the healthy stuff because I feel like last year I felt like my head was cut off like a chicken. And I was running around trying to do it all on my own, and I think that I really want to just try to focus more on being fed, you know? And so I think that I'm looking toward those things more. What about you?
I think growing in community, there were some changes and transitions at the end of 2025. So I'm kind of like stepping into that more this year, growing as an individual, and I'm excited for what that looks like throughout this year.
Yeah, I see your growth, man.
Thank you. You too. Oh my gosh, this is my sister, by the way.
Oh yeah, I don't know if I've ever been introduced.
This is my sister.
I show up sometimes.
She's in my vlogs. But yeah, we're gonna do that.
We're gonna do this.
Enjoy. So we could just start off talking about our intentions for our vision board. Have you ever made a vision board before?
Just like virtually, I think.
Like on your computer, like collaging?
I think. I honestly don't remember. This is like my first physical one.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah?
I think collages in general are pretty fun. I've done some with Asia. And
Really?
Like, yeah, just like clippings of magazines and making art.
Sorry, I'm looking at your stuff already.
So yeah, why do you feel like you want to make a vision board this year?
Well, I definitely believe that when you are able to visualize and see what you want every day, you're able to move toward those things more easily because you're constantly reminded, you know? When it's out of sight, out of mind, it's kind of difficult to remember the things that, I don't know, just like your goals and stuff. And I think it's really important to highlight those goals and visualize it and then take those baby steps toward each one of those things. So I'm pretty excited. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it goes into our subconscious mind and then like we will take like actions to
actually make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas if it's just like on a list of things we need to get done, it can get forgotten.
Easily. I have so many things on my tick, which is my to-do list, like from years ago that I still haven't crossed off, so. Yeah, and I think that this year I just want to be really intentional. Like, I don't know, I was talking to Cliff earlier just about like money and stuff like that and just all these like financial goals, but you can only like really reach I was listening to Dave Ramsey earlier and he was talking about how like you can only reach those goals if you know what those goals are. Like you can only do those things if you know what those things are.
Yeah.
You know, like you could say that you want a lot of money, but like what does that really look like? You know, and I feel like vision boards are like one of those things that actually allows you to put a physical, not image, but you know, I guess visualization to like what you want to achieve. Like truly, you know, like the law of attraction is that when you think about those things or say those things about yourself or about, you know, what you want in life, like the more and more you say it, the more and more you see it, the more and more you think about it, the more and more likely it is to come to you.
Our intentions for this year. I'll go first.
Okay.
My intentions, I think spending more intentional time with family for sure.
Yeah, that one's a big one.
We were talking about like having dinner with our parents like twice a month at least, and like just like have a space to talk, like no cell phones and just like being present with each other, which I think would be really cool to practice this year. Another thing is just like an individual growth as a person, like showing up relationally. I really want to pour more into that aspect of growth, as well as really locking into creating income for the things that I love to do and like branching out, even if like it's investing in myself, how I paid to produce a song, like just investing more into myself and my craft and being intentional with my money in that way rather than spending on material things. More makeup stuff, more just getting certificates for things and like having something to say like I know what I'm doing type of thing. So that's what I'm gonna focus on this year as well. Friendship, sister bonding, dates, and stuff like that. For sure, more of that this year. And traveling. Yeah, that's my intentions this year. What about you?
Took it out of my mouth. Except for all the makeup stuff. I really want to lock in on just I'm graduating this year for my master's. And so I'm going into this like next chapter of my life in a few months. So I really want to lock in and do really well these next 6 months because I have like really big tests that I need to pass and I need to finish all my hours in order to graduate, and I just want to get, you know, good grades and do really well in that. And I really want to lock in on I want to lock in academically, financially, spiritually, physically, relationally.
Oh yeah, I forgot that part. And God and Jesus.
Oh yeah, that one is a really big one.
Yeah, that's at the center.
Yeah, right in the middle.
Right in the middle.
Yeah, I've been trying to read the Bible every single day these last few days and like sending devotionals to Andrew. Well, mostly like my anxious thoughts that go along with the verses, but I'm reading Corinthians right now, and it's just been teaching me a lot about like what it looks like to be more intentional with how I show up as a Christian. And so I think I want to focus on like letting go of all the things like my addictions, like to weed or just to other things, so that I can put more focus in the things that really matter and like put more energy and time into the things that like really matter in my life. And then also just being more financially literate. I've been listening to like more financial podcasts and stuff like that, and even talking to Cliff. It just like really helped me have more insight about what it looks like. Like people aren't rich because they just become rich. Most people become rich because they're intentional with how they spend their money or handle their money or invest their money and save their money, and I just really want to be able to do that. And then also traveling, spending time with family, spending time with my sister, spending time with friends, and just doing all of the mindfulness stuff that I know will help me in my practice. Maybe also more art stuff.
So yeah, and so it shall be.
This too shall pass. Oh, that was really strong.
Before we show you guys our vision boards, I just want to reflect back on 2025 and what were some things that we accomplished that we're proud of throughout that year?
That's a good question. I think that kind of hard for me to think about accomplishments because I feel like I'm still in the middle of making stuff happen. I think that some of those accomplishments might be just starting my practicum because I am in school to be a marriage family therapist, and that has been probably the toughest and most eye-opening and healing transition that I have ever made in my school career so far. Yeah, I'm actually working for the school district that I grew up in, so it's been kind of cool to be doing the healing. Like it feels like full circle a little bit.
Yeah.
I think another accomplishment, I wouldn't say it's necessarily an accomplishment, but the relationship that I'm in right now is probably the healthiest relationship that I've ever been in. And I think that comes from all the work that I've done to work on myself and to be able to be more self-aware, to be able to know what my standards are in regards to how I deserve to be treated. Because in the past I settled for honestly what I thought was normal, but now I know that we can make secure decisions rather than insecure ones and make good choices in terms of the people around us. The third one, probably like healing with my sister and my dad. I moved back from my program after 10 years of being away, and I feel like it was a God-driven choice. Like literally I woke up one morning and God was like, you need to move back in so that you can make this happen. And I feel like being here with my sister and being here with my family has given me the opportunity to become a better version of myself. So yeah, and just spending more time with family.
Amazing.
Yep.
Also, 2 of your favorite memories.
Oh God, so many. I literally, like I just said, like spending time with family, like,
Is
you
there
know.
any like particular moment that like you're just like, wow, that was really awesome?
Probably going to Oregon and
That was so
just
fun.
like doing this big family reunion. We haven't, like the whole family was together on my dad's side for the first time in, I don't know, honestly, like 2014. So it's been over a decade since we've been all together. And then also going to Ate Justine's wedding.
That was so fun.
Like I just feel like we've been focusing a lot more on, you know, as we age, we start to remember like what's really important to us. And like before it used to be like me always trying to make new friends everywhere I go, but I've been realizing that the friendships that are the most important are the ones that were God-given to us, you know, and like developing those relationships are the ones that are going to be lasting the rest of our lives as we have children, as we get married, as we, you know, grow, as we transition. So yeah, those are 2 of my favorite memories.
awesome.
Yeah.
My 3 accomplishments. Well, Forever 21 closed, and I was so like passionate about Jai's closet, and I started like making cowboy hats and pots and stuff, like vended for the first time with her boyfriend Andrew. It was really cool just to like get it started like that and have that experience. So I think that was one accomplishment. Another one I'd say is working with an actual producer to really refine my music, and it's shown me how much farther I can take my sound with using someone else's mind and creativity to just elevate it. So I feel like that was another accomplishment this year. And a third one, I would say like going to therapy and starting that journey of really developing as a person. Those are some accomplishments that I'm proud of. And then 2 memories, I'd say like that road trip for your birthday was so fun. I feel like
dude, that was super fun.
we all like got to bond. We went with her boyfriend Andrew.
To San Francisco, yeah.
Yeah, and like just all of the spots we got to visit, and like we were only there for a couple days, like it was mostly driving, but we got to do so many stops along the way, so it just felt like a long ass adventure. Like it never ended, like it was always something new, and it was so fun.
Yeah.
I really love moments like that for sure.
It was an awesome way to I mean, it's weird because like the last time we did that was when I was 25 and now I'm 30. So it's just those, I don't know, just to like revisit those places from like a very healed mindset has been, that was really fun, yeah.
And then another memory, I went to Cancun.
Oh yeah.
And that was so cool, like getting to see the environment and doing all of these like water activities, being in nature. It was so fun. And to really experience a vacation like that, like after working at Forever 21 and like saving up for it. We went to Bali last year, and I feel like that really triggered me to really appreciate traveling in that way. So now like the Japan trip this year, like it's so cool to see like all your hard work going to something like a really good memory. So I really loved that this year. Now let's get into our vision boards.
Thank you, Nat. Alright guys, so this is my vision board for 2026. In the center, I put a lot about God, like working with God, that God gives you his spirit, because I feel like last year I tried to do a lot of it on my own, and so I really want to be able to just lean on him, you know, because I feel like in 2024 what really got me through some of the most chaotic times in my life was him, and like turning to him and knowing that he's the one who gives everything to us. So like putting more effort into praying and spending time with him on my own and in nature, and like just reading the Bible and being fed through that is really important to me. Definitely all of the traveling, like I really want to be out in nature more, because I think when I moved back here I didn't get to as much, because before I was going to the beach 3-4 times a week, and now I'm just like always busy. So I think that making and carving more time out for those slow moments is really important to me, and just like being able to save up not just for traveling but for my future. I really want to be able to pay down as much of my debts that I have before I graduate or by the end of this year, so that when I have to pay off all the crazy student loans that I have, that I'll be prepared for that. Everything, all of this starts as well with understanding that I can't keep putting things off. I think that sometimes I get crippled by my anxiety with procrastination. So like it's not never, it's not tomorrow, it's now. And I really want to be cleaner in how I eat. I've been meal prepping a lot more. I love to cook, so cooking more every week is important to me, making sure that I have a clean space and a clean mind. And honestly, my biggest thing right now is like not smoking weed and like being sober minded as I go through all of this, because I used to just be crippled by my addictions rather than turning to God or doing all the things that I know are good for me, like my mindfulness exercises and exercising and yoga, and just moving in that direction, being able to choose growth over comfort. My boyfriend, he's a boxing coach, so hopefully getting more into boxing. I just started flowing with I bought a bunch of hula hoops so that I can start flowing, and I've kind of like fallen for that, like just in terms of having more, you know, movement involved into my life, just like being focused and completing my tasks. Again, sometimes I will put stuff off, so I really want to be better at not putting stuff off so I'm not crippled in the anxiety. This is all about family, like spending more time with family and friends, my boyfriend, my sister, spending more time in community that is God-driven as well, where we are focused on learning and being fed by God, going to cell group more, going to church more, being involved in the ways that I can without like overwhelming myself. That's why I also included like Sabbath and Selah and rest, because I think it's important for us to practice the Sabbath and pausing and resting, even with everything going on. On the top part, it is about my relationship and wanting it to be God-driven, but also having more adventures with him, getting that princess treatment, you know what I mean? Maybe having a place. I don't know. I kind of like living with my family right now, but we'll see where God takes us. I think that mostly it's just about saving for the next chapter for us, and like maybe getting to the point of making bigger choices, you know, that will lead us to what God promises for us. So yeah, that's my little vision board. Oh yeah, also getting straight A's, even though I know that I will get them because I'm a smart cookie, but it's hard when there's so much to do all the time. But this is my last semester, and I just have like a few more weeks in the summer and then I'm done, so I'm just excited for whatever the next chapter is. Oh yeah, also like hopefully I'll be able to start working in a private practice rather than in a school district, because I feel like there's just so much more I can do with couples and with families and individuals, so I'm excited for that. But yeah, that's my vision for this.
Alright, so this is my vision board for 2026. So this section is really just makeup looks and photo shoots that I want to recreate. I want to improve more as a makeup artist this year, so that's why this is like inspo pics, kind of like the direction I want to move with that career path. I have these images here of clothing racks to inspire me to do more Jai's Closet clothing. I'm going to be taking more fashion classes this year, so I think it would really improve my skills in sewing. I'm just excited for what I'm gonna create from having that skill. I have these pictures down here of these models because these are a couple brands that I would love to work with, just inspiring me to reach out to brands and offer my services maybe as a makeup artist or just to collab with them. So this is Wet Avocado. I love this set and I would love to get it. And this jacket from the Named Collective. It's so pretty. It's like lace and frills. Yeah, that's just a little inspiration to start that up this year. I put a quote here that says, "For God did not give us a spirit of timidity, but a spirit of power, of love, and of self-discipline." 2 Timothy 1:7. I put that quote to remind me to take chances and also to remind myself that my strength comes from God. It will help me persist in all the goals that I have. Also, discipline is very big on this board too, because I think it's really important that we are constantly reminding ourselves of how, although we should rest, there's also like a sense of discipline that needs to be at play in our everyday habits and decisions, because it all like works together. So I think it's very important for me to just build a foundation off of discipline, because even if it's the hard decision, it'll be better for you in the future. And so I just like really want to instill that in my board. So I put discipline and consistency over here. I put a makeup artist certificate because I would love to get that this year. I put thank you for 2,500 followers, maybe on my Instagram. I think it would be really cool for my platforms to just reach more people. So I thought just like having a number on the board that is attainable, it would be good to keep in mind and encourage me to continue creating content. I put subscribe 1,000 for my YouTube channel. I put Kaleidos. It's a cutout of their makeup palette box because it looks so cool. That's another brand that would be really cool to work with or collab with to do content for. I put some Jai's Closet designs over here that would be cool to recreate this year. Crocheting, I'm going to be learning this Friday actually from my friend Mary. So I'm really excited to start that journey this year as well. Some like plushy puffer jackets and bras, ribbon bunny ears, like that's the whole vibe of Jai's Closet. So I put this here as inspiration for that. I put this girl here, I forgot her Instagram, but I'll put it on the screen. She just always has the coolest hairstyles, and I thought this hair color combo would be so cool to try this year. And I put community at my church, having alone time with God, Bible study, praying for the people in my community, and worshiping. Like I feel like I definitely want that to be at the center of my priorities. I think it's so important to realign and be with community throughout your walk, because I feel like it just feels so revitalizing. I put some images of doing music videos. There's some music video inspo for this song I just dropped last year called Attack. They're just some photo inspo of some shots that I would like to have in the video, and it'll also just inspire me to really schedule the days, get the costumes, and plan all of the shoots to get the video done. I have like performance images because I just want to become better as a performer. I want to learn how to dance so it can really up my stage presence. So I have images of that. I have a quote here that says, "Forgive as the Lord forgave you." As I'm trying to grow as a person, it's really important to be able to let go of a lot of things that may be weighing me down, because I feel like when I'm in that state of peace and clarity, I'm able to have more room to do the things that I love. So I feel like that's really important. Also in deepening and furthering my relationships with people, it's really important to keep that in mind. If you get triggered by anything, stuff like that, it's important to remember like forgiveness. And also having those conversations with those important people in your life. I think those moments of conflict and things like that, it's really a test of your relationship and is meant to strengthen it. So it's important to be able to get through those moments as well. I have this picture here because when we do go to Japan, I want to rent some time with this photographer to take photos of us in Japan. And I've seen their page. They do it with like so many people. They style them, they do their makeup, and it's just a whole vibe. So I really want to do that when we're in Japan. I have images of family having dinner, painting with my sister, working out, graduating. I don't know if I'm graduating this year, but I just put that there to kind of like remind me to do well in school. And then I also have this certificate here for a fashion designer, just to inspire me to maybe get a certificate in my fashion classes. More images of just bonding with my sister. Music, I definitely want to do more of that this year. Sister dates and Japan, making dinner with family. That's something we want to implement this year too, is having intentional dinners with my mom and dad. As both my sister and I are living here, we think it's important that we really take advantage of this time and grow in our relationship with our parents. Another couple quotes I have here is, we forgive enough to heal, but do we love enough to restore what was broken? Oh, I just think that's so beautiful because it's just so intentional in the way that we are trying to grow as people, because it doesn't just impact ourselves and our lives, but also the people around us. So learning to love people in the fullest way, I think, is just very fulfilling, because it's like being in service to others by loving them, which is what Jesus did. And then the last quote is, for the moment, all discipline seems painful rather than pleasant, but later it yields the peaceful fruit of righteousness to those who have been trained by it. Hebrews 12:11. And that's by like the working out photos, because I think it's just very important for us to discipline our mind and discipline our instincts to give in to bad habits and things like that, because at the end of the day, as it says, it yields the peaceful fruit of righteousness to those who have been trained by it. So in the long run, like the discipline that we start today and implement in our lives is just going to have so much more benefits later along the line, and we'll see the fruit from it. Yeah, that is all I got on my vision board for 2026. Yeah. The last vision board I made was 2025. And it was just a good reminder. Like, you pass by it every day, you see it visually. I think it reminds you of your goals and what to look forward to throughout the year, to kind of give you motivation to keep going and like inspire new memories with people in your life, and just reminding you of that.
Yeah, I feel like when we have what we want right in front of us every single day, like you said, it's really great reminder. And at the same time, it's like when we think about it, it is what comes. I believe that when we are constantly thinking about the things we want, we start making decisions and choices that will lead to those things. While it's God who gives us those blessings, at the same time, sometimes we have to be humble and remind ourselves that we still need to take actions toward those goals or ideal selves.
Because in this world, there's a lot of distractions.
Amen.
To have that there really sets it in your mind to like take those small steps to make these things come to life.
Yeah, we're sharing this so that maybe it'll inspire you guys to be able to envision your life and know that you are also in control of the life that you live, and how you conduct it, and the discernment that you have in every decision that you make.
And I also feel like maybe you get burnt out, or like you're feeling down, and you can just look at it to remind yourself like life can be so full of experiences. It's like something we can look forward to.
Yeah, and just be reminded, like, what are we doing this for? Like, where are we headed? You know, because sometimes it's easy to forget when we're in the midst of the chaos of making it all happen. Yeah.
But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and got some inspiration to plan your 2026, have things to look forward to, and take one step closer to your ideal self.
Ba, 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 pa, pa.